Everybody, thanks for watching. And just a quick reminder that the final 2 books in the 5 books of Moses in the Bible series are now available, Numbers and Deuteronomy. So that completes the 5 books of Moses series, the Tanakh, the Torah, what have you, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. So all 5 books are now available. Thanks to everybody who supported so far and purchased. Also, if you ordered flash drives, they are on the way. A lot of people ordered, so give us some time, but you should be receiving them soon. Also, if you're having a problem with my site, I thought I fixed this problem, but some people have antivirus software that's not picking up my site or picking up my site as a threat. So just to let you guys know, of course, there is no threat, to your computer. My site is protected, but some software may not be up to date to read it yet, or it may just be an issue. But just to let people know, if you are having an issue with the site that you can't get on the site or what have you, definitely shoot me an email at therealmerkabah@gmail.com. Straighten out the problem. Had a couple people who had an issue with this over the weekend, but it's something that can get fixed easily. But I want to thank you guys for supporting. A lot of people supporting the clothes and everything like that. I really appreciate the support. But let's get into this. So, we have been seeing, of course, a lot of issues lately. I mean, that goes without saying, especially in the black community. But we really got to look at, black economics and really stay focused on that and get people to really understand that we know there are problems in the way, and we really got to really point these issues out and understand what's exactly in the way, what weapons are being used against us to keep us, in a position of poverty. And as I talked about before, generational wealth starts with the family, starts with mom and dad. And we've seen, growing up, that this has been the problem, the issue for African Americans, for black people, not having a 2-parent household, having our fathers incarcerated or killed on the streets, and having our mothers, out there working hard, struggling to provide for, children, left behind. So this is one of the issues that we know is at the forefront of our poverty situation. But again, we all agree that there is this white supremacy movement out there that's basically in place to keep black people from, growing, from really being successful. And again, what I usually always try to talk about is to look for exactly what are the weapons that is used against us. And, again, the black family. And that's one of the first things they knew they had to destroy, was to break up the black household. And to me, when you pay attention to everything that's taking place, it's been done so by simply, introducing this hip hop culture and the whole prospect, the whole popularity prospect that is there, that is enticing people to really want to be more involved with the culture. And it's this thing that we all go through, no matter what race you are. Popularity is the thing that has basically, brought people together into this culture to be, caught up, to be in the trends and to know, to be down with what's popular, to not be an outcast, a social outcast, to what's really taking place in the community and taking place, throughout the country. So this has really been the weapon against us, and it continues to hold us back. And a lot of us are not really looking at it and pointing at the fact that we are being, held still in this whole state of popularity, this whole state of this culture. And while we're being held still, we're not growing economically. We are not, we're not uniting more, but we are being held still while our talents are being siphoned from us. Our talents are being taken away from us and being used. And we see other races making billions of dollars off of our style, off of our look, off of things that we bring up, we create. And it's becoming, just a trend for the elite and for, the white supremacy movement, and for us to just really stand around and just really worry about stupid politics, things that don't matter, while the money, the wealth is still being sucked from us and being used, to basically keep us oppressed. Now, to me, more than anything, the black woman is who's going to keep the household intact, plain and simple. And the black woman has been convinced to really lower herself to a lesser state in order to please a man. And this has been a problem. And, black women are basically giving away their wealth, giving away their opportunities to become successful in many different ventures because of this popularity that's holding them in place. So while black women is caught up in this culture and this popularity of the culture, they are coming up with all kinds of things, and it's being stolen from them while they're being held in place. And this is what's taking place. It's happening to black men as well. You know, we are being jacked, and we heard the whole term being swagger jacked or having our culture jacked. And we got to understand what that really means and what's taking place. So many things are being stolen from us. When you look at this whole situation from an economic standpoint, you have so many corporations and companies, entertainers, actors, or what have you, celebrities, stealing culture, stealing so many things that make us unique as a people, and things that they understand that what happened with us being in this culture. So again, we can go as far back. We see how our culture from, you know, thousands of years ago, everything that we brought up has been stolen. You know, they try to act like us in every single way. I showed you guys when I was at the Cairo Museum in Egypt how, you know, the Greeks decreed themselves as Egyptians and made stelas and tried to look like us and be like us. So there's a history of our look. Everything that we come up with being stolen and passed off as European accomplishments and things that they benefit from while we don't draw any profit from at all, but it is being used to destroy us. So while we can look at it and say, you know, the black woman is the key, we got to understand that if she's the key to the black family, she is going to be attacked the hardest, and she is. So one of the things I want you guys to pay attention to, we can go back and look at, you have things like burlesque. You had things like, even going back to the 1920s, the peep shows. You have to understand that in this country, in America, the very first porn stars and peep shows and, you know, women showing their body, of course, was white women. You had the Irish women, you had the Italian women, and the white women in America showing their bodies for money. This is the original, you know, porn, the original smut or what have you was from them. Black people back then would not dare do a such thing. One, because we wasn't in a class to where our dollar was making so much money to where black men was purchasing that kind of stuff. You have, of course, a large scale of white men purchasing, you know, that material and wanting to see that kind of material. And this is old. So you had this look and this whole this culture, this way of making money from white women for a very long time before black women even stepped in the door and changed the game. Because once black women got into it and even started to show, you know, skin on TV and skin in magazines and so on and so forth, it was never to the level that it was at that point, you know, until we came along and changed the whole game. And we see once black women came into the whole field that things grew. So again, one, we can just address the whole big booty issue. And that's huge right now. If you don't have a big booty, it's just like you're not relevant to the culture for some reason. But again, once that came in and black women was being shown and having very curvy bodies, this was in. If you're going to look at a woman, you don't want to look at a straight woman. The curvy body was in. So, of course, that was stolen. It has continued to be stolen as being what men want to see. And when you have the majority of men who buys, you know, pornographic material, what have you, being white men, when you have them unanimously saying, this is what we want to see. We want to see these women that look like this. Then the industry changes. So this is just one way, but I want you to peep the trap, because it's a trap in this, because it wasn't done in a way to where, you know, you have like white women, they can go ahead and do what they do, but their culture looks down upon that type of behavior from white women. Their culture is not centered around that type of behavior, so they can do it and the culture can still survive. Now with black women, of course, there's an issue because the black family is not intact. There's issue, there's trust problems between the black man and the black woman. So when we see that, our culture is one, congratulating that type of behavior. You know, we pass it around, we share it, we look at it as she just doing what she got to do. And we say, oh, well, white people do it. And you can't really make that comparison because we're not on the same level as them economically and, you know, family wise. We're just not there. Their culture can sustain something like this from their women, and it's not widespread. And the main thing, one, is mainstream media is not putting it out there as this being a big problem for white women, but for black women, it's an issue. and our family cannot really sustain it. And we have trust issues in the black family, and there's problems that comes along with all that. So we can say, she's just trying to make her money, she's trying to take care of kids or what have you. We know, of course, there's other ways of doing this, but it's really destroying the relationship between the black man and the black woman and the trust. So now you have to where, white women can do, first of all, they're already stealing from us. They stole twerking, they stealing dancing. You keep looking around, every time you see a hip hop dance group, it's predominantly white. It's probably one black person in there. So that's being stolen. And the problem really is this. The problem is when you have, a bunch of successful black men, you have black men in general, wanting women that look like what's popular, that look like that look like these Instagram women and all these girls that's out here. You have celebrities following these black women, so on and so forth. You have a lot of men looking for women that look like this. And the problem becomes that, obviously attraction is a form of, control. Attraction is a form of, you almost want to say mind control, because it's almost something that to where you can be attracted to a person that's completely wrong for you. And you're going after the wrong thing because of your attraction. So attraction can lead you to some bad places. We all know about this. So a person, a male or female, what have you, being attracted to someone for all the wrong reasons will still follow that attraction as long as the opportunity is there and as long as they feel like they have a shot to move forward. So the problem is you're having so many black men, follow this action of the women, twerk videos, the Instagram pages with women with hundreds of thousands of followers just because they take pictures of their bodies. It's crazy. So this type of relationship is really harmful to the black family. It's just really painting black women in this whole light, and black men looking at black women that if you have a body like this, you're on Instagram showing your body, shaking your ass, you're a whore to black men. We don't take you seriously. It's just a lust thing. This is a problem for the black family, which, as I said, the black family being, or the family, mom and dad, being the number one reason that there will be generational wealth. So it's a problem at the beginning level to where we're not even coming together. We're not creating generational wealth. There is no black family to create generational wealth. So there's a problem right there. So then the culture comes in, the whole hip hop culture comes in to where the whole attitude of the black woman is changed. It's different. She's not looking at the black man the same no more as just a black man. She's looking at a black man for money, success. What do you have? What can you give me? The black man, the same thing. He's affected by the culture. He's looking at the black woman. What's up? I'm trying to hit that. What's going on? Nobody's really thinking about a union. So now the culture has our women so brainwashed to where, a white man can come along with a lot of money and he can sweep her off her feet, take her out, buy her whatever, what have you, regardless of what's on Instagram or what she's putting out there. But it's not the same. It's not the same. Black men will come and they will go and they will move on to the next. Meanwhile, what's not taking place is the union that we need to have between black man and black woman, and the foundation for generational wealth for us is not being established. But the white man can go and take her and have kids with her and take care of his kids, so on and so forth. And then now, there it is. There's a culture jack, or sort of a way to where, they can lower our numbers in producing predominantly black people. So now, the reason why something like this happens is because we all know, people in the black community, they just simply lost. Either caught up in religion or just lost completely, not having no understanding of consciousness or, what's really going on in this world. And that's predominantly most of, black people. And the problem is when you have people who is lost, when you lost, you need direction, plain and simple. And we can all say that, these people make a choice. It's up to them, the direction they go in. They made that choice. But you have to understand, if we say that about this situation, we have to say that black people are living in poverty by choice. And we can't say that. So you got to look at the whole situation and say, this is an education problem. This is a problem to where people are just not conscious of what's going on. They're not aware. So again, if you're lost, you're looking for direction, you need help. Now, even still, when you get help, you still have to make a choice whether to accept that help or not. So what is going to be the major factor in the person determining whether to take the advice or not? It's going to be the influence. how well you said what you said to persuade this person to go in that direction. Influence is everything to a lost person. If what you're saying is right and sounds right, they're going to follow it. So influence is everything. So if you're lost and you need direction, you don't know which way to go, and you're influenced to go a certain way, that's going to be the way you're going to go if the influence is strong enough. So popularity is in essence influence. That's all it really is. It's influence. Popularity is a certain situation or a certain group or genre or what have you being pushed out there as being such a great thing to where you're going to want to go. You're going to be influenced to go in that direction, plain and simple. So when we look at the culture and what people are following, you have lost people being, basically tricked, suckered into following certain trends and what's popular. They're being influenced to go a certain way. So either you can look and, be alone, keep following the unknown path where you have to figure out things for yourself, or you can go follow what everybody else is doing, what's popular. And you see certain people coming out of that trend, out of that popularity with, fame and success or what have you. And a lot of people are going to be more enticed to go that way. Not too many people is going to go in a direction where you have to figure out on your own. So this is what's happening. You have people following the trend, following what's popular, following what they're pushing out there for us to follow and falling victim to it. And this is the perfect weapon for them against us because we don't have any leaders. They got rid of all of our leaders. There's no real black leaders out there that can get a huge following and be, mainstream to really, influence black people to say, don't go with this, leave us alone. No real black leaders to really scream at us as a people and tell us, hey, what the hell is y'all doing? What's going on? They've all been, killed or bought off. They're gone. So these trends, everything we've fallen victim to, there's not that presence there to really keep us away from it. So again, when you have a bunch of lost people looking for direction, they're going to go where they think they're supposed to go, where everybody is going to. And this is what's happening. Everybody's following the trends. This is all we see. Whenever something happens, a trend happens, you see people follow it up. And, memes are created, a bunch of videos are created and posted, and people are following the trends, so on and so forth, following people who we shouldn't be following. So the whole Drake thing with Kiki is a big thing. The whole memes, everything that's happening with Cardi B, that whole situation, any type of celebrity situation that is being put out there as a trend, we're following it, and it's just everywhere. And it's following the wrong thing, keeping us in this, held position while they suck everything from us, plain and simple. So you've probably seen last year, and they brought it up again recently with the whole Kylie Jenner situation, with her stealing the camouflage look from some black woman who, she tweeted about the receipts and the orders and the conversation that she was basically having, and Kylie saying that she liked the clothes and so on and so forth. But she has been talked about a lot, and the Kardashians, of course, Kim and everybody, been talked about a lot as far as them stealing the looks, stealing the culture of black women, and being successful at it. So again, a lot of people seen the whole, Kylie, Forbes magazine, billionaire whole thing. And you got to understand, it's just one of those, again, right after the allegations surfaced again, right after people start talking about it, they put that out there to show people that this is the norm. This is what happens. We steal your shit. I don't care what look or what have you she stole. We're going to put her out there and show you that we don't care what we take from you. We don't care what the problem is. America was built on them stealing from us, stealing our culture, stealing everything that we have put our, blood, sweat, and tears into, stealing it and making profit from it. That's America. This is what they've been doing for centuries. So they put her right there on the cover to say to black people, shut the fuck up. Now, the reason why somebody like Kylie can do what she's doing, make hundreds of millions of dollars, is because, one, she has millions of followers. She has over 100 million followers on Instagram. We understand that. But the main reasons is because, one, we don't support black business. We don't support the black woman that she stole from. We don't support the black women that's out there trying to push their clothing on the black people that's trying to push their businesses. We don't support them because TV didn't tell us to. they're not popular. You know what I'm saying? So we're not supporting them. We have been trained. We have been trained to hate them. We've been trained to hate ourselves. We have been trained to hate who we are and any type of success that we may try to push out there, to hate on it, to hate it, and look for the popular answer, the popular direction. That's the direction I want to go. That's who I want to buy my clothes from. That's what I want to look like. I don't want to look like him. I don't want to support him. He's from where I'm from. So what he has is not popular. Nobody know who you are, so on and so forth. So people like Kylie can thrive off our ignorance and off our brainwashing and show us right to our face that I stole from you. There's nothing you can do about it. So what?